Here we are back at it again with Tactics Overland. Gonna do a updated walk around of the Jeep build. Just gonna go do a couple of quick things that I added that's new on the Jeep. And yeah, that's pretty much what this video is gonna be about. Just gonna talk about a couple of things that's ready done to it real quick, and then a couple of things that I have recently done to it. So yeah, so let's get right to it. So on this side, on the passenger side, this is my camera gear. This is where the hard-mounted GMRS radio is, the Midland 275, I believe. The actual brains of it, if you want to call it that, is mounted under the seat. But if I ever want to take this off, depends where I'm at, I could just unplug it right here. I have it connected right here into that plug. Of course, I have another MOLLE panel over here, but in the front, I have another H3R fire extinguisher mounted on a quick release. So this one's mainly for electrical, anything engine related, if anything happens. The one in the back is more towards like anything back there, electrical, camp related, fires while at camp, which hopefully never happens. So yeah, that's what's on the passenger side. All right, so the most recent thing that I have added to the Jeep that I built for it was this track system right here with L-track, to add this cargo box to hold like my air hose and deflator, the ARB deflator, and the ARB inflator. That all stores in here for right now until I decide to possibly put something else in here. So yeah, we got this cargo box mounted right here. It's mounted on these, like I said, L tracks. So I can just undo these four right here, either adjust it back and forth, or I could just take it off and just add something else to the tracks. So it's a little modular on that shit. What else have I done recently? Which you could actually see a video on that. I have the build and install video on that. Those L tracks and the box. And then right here we got the 3 dB, 3 decibel Midland bull bar antenna, heavy duty bull bar antenna, which you could go check out the video of the install of that as well. And then same stuff up here. Still got the Badland 1,200 pound Apex winch. That's right up under here. I have it covered with a bar-tacked winch cover. It's pretty heavy duty. Just put it on there just to give it a little cleaner look. And of course, still got the I believe it's a 12-inch amber LED light bar right above the winch, right above the fair lead in front of the winch. And that's from Last Fit. And actually, in these right here, in the signal lights, normally stock factory, they would come orange, but I have switched that out to the switchbacks. So these are white LEDs that came factory. These are now white LEDs to go along with these. But when you do hit the signal, the blinker on, it will switch over to orange. And then once the blinker's off, it switches back to white. That's how those are. And then up there, still got the 52-inch slimline LED, really bright light bar. That's also from last fit. Haven't had no issues with any of these lights. Then the ditch lights, made by Rigid. These are the side shooters. They're a little flaky, the clear coat that came with them. It's kind of flaking off, so they're kind of yellowing a little bit. Might be able to clean that up and do a little refurbish job on those in the future. But yeah, haven't had no clear coat or anything coming off these last fit light bars. And then of course under it, got some switchback last fit rock lights. Same thing as the signal lights. Those switch between white and amber. So yeah. And then still got the, as of right now, got the Falcon Wild Peak mud terrain tires. And the Black Rhino alloy rims. And then of course got these side pillar mounts for the light bar. These are made by Muddle Built. They came raw steel. I just painted them black. Same with the emblem here. Painted that a flat black to match everything else. And then on the sides, we got these side steps to be able to step up to get to putting stuff or reach for something up on the roof rack. I mean, haven't had no issues with these. No powder coat coming off, no chipping, nothing. I mean, these things are holding up. They're really heavy duty. I believe they're the Atlas. I don't know if they make them anymore. They're made by Smitty Built. And of course, over here we got the rain guards. I believe that's what they're called, the window rain guards. They're like a smoke gray color or smoke black, made by WeatherTech. Then up top, since we're on this side, we got the Rhino Rack Sunseeker. I believe it's an 8-foot awning. Actually might be the 6-foot awning. The previous one I had was the ARB 8-foot touring awning, but it stuck out a little too long, and I just didn't like the way the look it was when it stuck out close to the light bar right there. So I just thought it was a little too much, and it had a lot more weight than this, and this is a must-have, especially here in Arizona. Then up here we got the Rhino Rack Pioneer platform. That stores the 200-watt solar panel up there. I'll show you that in a bit. I have 2 Pelican cases up there as well. And then right here on the side, we got some of these amber and white scene lights for at night for camp. Got one right there. Got one back here. And yeah, you can switch between the amber or the white, whichever you need. The amber color would, you know, attract less bugs. So that's on this side. And right up here, this right here, we got a Fiskars Pro shovel, which I might be relocating this shortly. Yeah, that's just kind of a little too much, I think, my opinion, in this area. So I might be relocating that shortly. And then back here, we got the LED upgraded taillights. They do have like a pattern that goes around right here. And then in the middle right there, it shows like a telescopic pattern of lights going inwards. It goes from bigger to smaller. Looks pretty cool. And then when you turn it on, it does like this little design or dance thing around here when it turns on. Then of course got the reverse lights. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on that side. And then we do got, of course, the spare, same rim, black Rhino. And this right here is upgraded too to a smoked out LED for the third brake light. These are smoked out as well, to give it more of that look I'm going for. And then this 5-pound propane tank was closest I could get it out of a can, color matched to the Jeep. So I did this over a weekend. Just didn't want the white propane tank just hanging out back here, standing out. So it kind of blends in. And what holds that on is this bracket, that steel bracket that wraps around the spare, made by Rockslide Engineering. When I got this, I just got this without the strap. I think I got this strap from Cargo USA. It's a big cargo company that sells tie downs and stuff like that. And then it just has this heavy duty ratchet strap that holds on right here. Yeah, I've had no issues with that. That thing's on there solid. But yeah, on the propane tank, pretty much all this I just built. This strap right here that holds the tank on, it's from Power Tank. This bracket right here, I believe Power Tank makes one, but I got this one for half the price, and then just mounted their strap to this, added these rubber, not sure what they call, like trim pieces, added the trim pieces on the top and bottom of the propane tanks. It didn't come with them. So yeah, that's the back end. Eventually, so I'm gonna be getting bigger tires. So eventually I want to mount this and, you know, the shovel to a different door latch system to beef up the hinges on the rear door. So eventually, when I come across one of those, I'll be taking all this off and redoing all that. And then maybe I'll make some kind of custom bracket to hold the shovel right there, and possibly the propane tank, to get those back on there in one spot to clear up some space up top of the Rhino rack, roof rack. And that's the 2 Pelican cases up there. And back here, just got a steel bumper. Relocated the license plate. That had the big plastic piece right here. Relocated it to right here. But yeah, there's a Smitty built XRC steel bumper. So yeah, it's pretty much everything in the back. Let's go to the passenger side. And over here, we have the Fiskars axe right there, and that's held on with some rhino rack lockable brackets right there. Same lights on this side as the other side, and then we got this ladder right here, just solid, from Maximus 3. You can watch the previous video of install that I did of their roof rack brackets, installing those, and then same one back there. I did have the rhino rack backbone system before, which I am going to be eventually Raptor lining, bed lining the whole entire hardtop, so it's gonna clean all that up nicely. Where I patched up those holes, which I mean they look fine, but I mean want a cleaner look and more beefier hardtop from scratches and rocks and stuff flying out, stuff like that. So let's actually, same thing on this side. Got another one of those Atlas Smitty built steps. That just stores there. Yeah, let me show you the ladder. The way I do it, you could climb on the tire. You could climb on the bumper, whichever. So yeah, so here's the 200 watt shadow flux solar panel that I have up here. And what's good about this one compared to most solar panels, has more bus bars, and it also pulls in sun better than your basic solar panel when it's halfway shaded. So I could shade it, it could be in the shade, it could be halfway under a tree, and it's still gonna pull in as much light as it can. And then of course got the 2 Pelican volts up here that hold, this one holds recovery gear, all that kind of stuff. The one over there, that one, I'm still working out what I'm gonna carry in that one. I used to carry a propane grill in there, a Coleman, but it took up most of the case. And plus with my dual battery system, I switched to an induction cooker, so electric cooking. I'll get back down from there. And then of course, same thing on this side. Got the WeatherTech on the passenger side. And then of course, who hates the big Jeep antenna that flaps around everywhere? So got this little stubby one. It works when it wants to. But I'll say most of the time it works. It has a little carbon fiber in there to give it a little aesthetic look to it, which is kind of cool. And then of course got these rock sliders. Use them more as steps than rock sliders. I believe these, I'm not sure of the brand, got them off Facebook Marketplace. I was told they came off another Jeep, a stock Jeep. I believe it was like some kind of Rubicon or something, some special edition or something. Came with these on it, so got those pretty cheap a while back and threw those on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the outside. And for my air up system, I don't have a hard mounted air compressor, which you could go back on one of my videos and I show my air compressor system. But the way I do it is right here. I have this 175 amp Anderson connector in this rubber sleeve. You just open this up, and then there's the Anderson connector. It's a red one. It's pretty beefy, and that's connected to some 6-gauge wire that runs up to the battery. Let's actually show you. Shit, it is hot out here, so don't mind the sweating if there is sweating. A little hard to open it with the camera. So yeah, let me show what we got going here. All right, so it's a cutoff switch for the winch. Runs right there. The 2 6-gauge cables run up through the side. The whole cable, just so it doesn't get weathered or, you know, cut or anything. It is wrapped from down there all the way up here straight to over here. It is wrapped in some marine grade heat shrink, so it's solid in there now. And then over here, you got the switch box for the switch panel in the front of the Jeep. I'll show you that in a minute. That's where that one goes to. And that's the circuit breaker for that. And then back to the air compressor cables, they run up. One of them goes over to the positive to the 90 amp breaker, because the air compressor is a 90 amp air compressor, so stuck with the 90 amp breaker, which that is a Blue Sea system breaker. And then the positive cable runs down to the Anderson connector. The negative runs straight to the negative on the battery. And then this breaker is to the dual battery system, the DC to DC MPPT charger in the back. That's where this positive wire runs to. And of course that's wrapped in heat shrink all the way to the inside, just so it doesn't get no, you know, weathering or anything. It was already starting to get weathered a little bit right here due to this gap in the hood. So I just figure I'll just heat shrink it with some marine grade heat shrink. So that's wrapped all the way through, so it can't rub on anything. So yeah, that's where that goes to. And that's also Blue Sea systems. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's it. That's going under here. Going on under here, it's not really much going on. It's pretty much stock. And then over here, this right here is I can't really get it. Let me see if I can reach in there. You can kind of see it. It's the EMP shield. Just in case, you know, never know. Solar flares, EMPs, stage 1, 2, and 3 of the EMPs. This thing will protect your vehicle, so you will be able to restart it. Lightning strikes. It will be able to protect your vehicle and most electronics that are connected to that battery through that EMP shield. Yeah, and if you want to pick one of these up, you could go to empshield.com and use my code Tactics Overland to get some money off of that if you decide to go that route. They also do them for RVs, solar, homes, houses, so you could pretty much protect anything from a solar flare, EMP, depends where you live. lightning strike. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on under the hood. Not much. Let me show you what's going on here real quick. Not much. Probably the same as before in my last walk around video. I do have a flashlight mounted right here. This is a 4000 lumen Nightcore P20IX rechargeable USB-C. That is a solid, really bright flashlight. I just mounted it right. They came with this little clip to go on a belt. I just mounted it to the seat right there. Then under here, got some UDAP bear spray for any animals that might try to, you know, interrupt my quiet time out in the backcountry. And over here, just got these, got rid of the flimsy nets that Jeeps come with. They're crap. First thing you want to do is cut those pieces of shits off and replace it with something more solid. And then over here, we got this multi-panel system, which it wraps around the center right there. You kind of see it about right there. Wraps around up there. To about, let's see. Yeah, I still have the net in this one, but I still have this little tray right here that this Molly panel provided that goes across. You got the exact same thing on the other side. And up here, you got the bullet point mounting solution system for my phone. It's on this cool carbon fiber arm right here. They replaced this whole spot inside of here. This is the Ruby grid. And then of course, this is bullet point mounting solution systems, like GoPro, Insta360 action camera type mount. So added that. Then up here, got the Wolf Box rear view mirror, which it's one big LCD screen. Has a dash cam right there in the front. Right there, it's a dash cam. And then the rear view camera in the back shows on here too. You can do a split screen. You can do full screen of the front camera. You can do full screen of the rear camera. That's the one I keep it on most of the time. And up here, here's a last fit switch panel I use. Pretty much all this one controls is the ditch lights, the front bumper light, and the 52-inch light bar up top. That's all that one really is connected to. Other than this right here, added a USB-A port and a USB-C port right here on this panel up here. Just as in case if I gotta charge some of these radios, I could just run a cable across. This is connected to that. You just turn it on, plug it in, run the cable somewhere up here, charge up your radio. Got a GMRS Midland right here. Got a ham radio right here. And then right here, got a trauma kit. Cat tourniquet right there, because you never know. And then these visors right here. These Molly visors are beefy. These are also made by Bartech. They're pretty cool. Don't really know what to mount to them yet, but eventually I'll get to that. And then these panels up on the roof. These are actually custom made. Made these. This one's kind of coming off because the double-sided tape I used is not really holding up to this summer this year. so I have to replace that with something. But yeah, those are custom made those. They work, plus they look good. Got this mount right here. That's for another mount for my camera. Of course, lights on. All the lights in here are replaced with LEDs. Let's move to the back. Not really much going on back here. Got this net up here. Pretty much, this is the attic in the Jeep. Oh, look, got some socks right there. Yeah, it's pretty much the attic back here. That thing could hold anything. It could hold a lot of weight. Once again, LEDs and all the lights. I have this seat down right here. That's my dual battery system that lives behind the rear seat. There's the other switch panel, switch box. I'll show you where the switch panel's at. That's the other switch box that lives behind the seats as well. That Anderson plug is connected to the solar panel up front in the top of the roof rack. And then that's a DC to DC MPPT charger. Then got the lithium ion battery, the 1000-watt pure sine wave inverter. It's pretty much that's going on back here. But yeah, added some holes right here to let some airflow go back there. And then, I don't know if you can see it right down in there. Added a fan that this is lifted off the board. So behind that is a hole, or like a 3-inch hole where the fan's blowing onto, because no matter which one you have, these things do get hot. And then of course all my cargo stuff on the shelf back there. Got a sleeping bag right here. Got a sleeping bag over there. And of course got these mounts right here. Had a flashlight up there. I'll probably be putting that back up there. That's a rechargeable flashlight that I had up there. All right, so it's starting to get hot. Let's go in the back real quick. This was supposed to be a quick update and walkthrough. Is what it is. All right, so back here, you can see videos on everything. The build of this, I believe. This is the other switch panel right there. This one's the kitchen, has the grill in it. It's a fold-up one, kind of like the Jetboil, the one that folds up. Has one of those in there. That's more for backup. Like I said, I do use the induction cooker, which that is right up in here. So then we got one of the Devos Light Rangers right here. This is the pantry, holds the dry foods. But yeah, I got the drawer system right here. Got the slide out for the fridge right here. See if I could get a better look at that fan back there. Yeah, it's about right there. So that fan is pretty much keeping a lot of that cool. But yeah, that's the Medic refrigerator. Got this right here. The drawer system, just one drawer. Has this shelf, that carpeted shelf that goes all the way back. Here's the 110 outlet right there. That's connected to the inverter. That has a waterproof cover on that. Then over here, got the front runner, drop down table. I didn't like the color of the cutting board that it came with, so stained that color. Looks a lot better. Also mounted some of these to hold the Fiskars hatchet. And the way this works, just drops down. There you go. Slide out the table, still works with the I'm not gonna pull it out all the way, but it still works with the hatchet mounted to it. That's that. And then of course, got a bottle opener over here. And then right here, I can't really see. Then right here, we got these ports, USB-A, 2 of those, USB-C, 2 of those. This is all waterproof. This is a battery meter. Then you got the 15 amp breaker right there. The way that works, come over here to the aux, turn that on. See if we can read the battery. That thing's not reading right. I mean, it's reading right, just not picking up on the camera. It's 14.3 volts, and this is for the dual battery. So you could power anything from that. You can see the custom bracket build, how I made this to add to the shelf. Then right here, we got the Medic water faucet, the 3-gallon Dometic water tank back there, the H3R fire extinguisher. Gotta have one everywhere you go. So yeah, that's pretty much all that. This right here holds the induction cooker, which I just plugged that into the 110 outlet, start cooking. So yeah, that's pretty much, I would say, kitchen. That's that setup. Let's close that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. This is just a short little updated walk around of everything done to the Jeep. So if you didn't watch the first one, I believe that might have been 6 months ago. So yeah, watch this one, check it out. You know, if you like this kind of stuff, some of the stuff I build custom, like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could think of that is done to the Jeep as of right now. Small stuff I upgraded. Some stuff is still the same. But yeah, that's it for this. It is getting hot out here. Out in this, you know, desert of Arizona. It's pretty nice though. Quiet. So yeah, if you want to see more of my content, don't forget to, like I said, subscribe to the channel. You'll see more outdoor stuff going on. I've just been really busy. A lot going on behind the scenes. I believe I said that in my previous video. I wonder what this is. Interesting. Not touching it though, because that's probably burning. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, if you want to see more of this build and trips I'll be taking it on, which will be a lot of upcoming trips. So yeah, till next time. And thanks for watching.